What's up, guys? Welcome to bparlay Week 10 NFL picks here with Tanner Kern, the gambling Goombada, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. And I will tell you what, I will forever be the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be. We look down here, 4-10 last week. The great ones fall. The great ones go out on their backs. I bet you didn't think I was going to be back this week, but here I am in the flesh, baby. Week 10 NFL picks has arrived. I've been waiting for this video for the entire weekend. Since my soul left my body on Sunday night, I have been waiting to record this video because you know what? It's time to bounce back. It's time to win big, and that's what we're going to do here at bparlay for the Week 10 slate. And if you ride with me, I promise you this week, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than 4-10. That, first of all, that's unacceptable. I know a lot of bettors throughout America encounter the same problem when 7 of 12 dogs win on a Sunday. What's up with that? I thought the sky was falling. Funny story here. Jaguars are playing the Bills. My soul leaves my body as soon as Josh Allen fumbles that football. Granted, they got the ball back and they didn't convert, but my soul left my body as soon as I knew the Jaguars were going to win that football game. I walk out to the window and I say, where's the sky? Is it falling? Is it falling? No, it was still up. And you know what? I woke up Monday morning and the sun still rose. Everything's going to be okay. It's only money. And we're going to get it back this week and then some. That's what we do here at bparlay.com. I got a little different tone today. I'm still fired up, but you know what? It's all business today, baby. 4-10 last week. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's why I got the war hat on, whatever. I tied a t-shirt around my head because I'm freaking psycho and I'm here to win this week. That's what it says. This is scaring the sports books. This is scaring the odds. This is scaring the lines. It's moving it in our favor, and we're going to win this week. Let's get into the video, guys. Hammer the subscribe button. Hammer it, hammer it, hammer it. Just like we're still going to hammer favorites this week. They're favorites for a reason. Now, we got some great dog picks. I got some dog picks that I feel confident in, but we are going to hammer the favorites. We're going to hammer the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed yet, and it's the first time you're ever watching bparlay and you see that 4-10 record, probably going to be turned off a little bit. That's okay. Believe me, that's okay. I would be too. I would probably stop watching unless you're just here for the energy. The vibes, the chipperness. You know what? Your kid's throwing a temper tantrum and you want a little pick-me-up. That's what I'm here for you. But anyways, if you're here strictly for the picks to win, this is not good, but we usually win here at bparlay. Tell them in the comments, guys, the daily NBA picks, the daily NHL picks. We've been rolling there, so keep it up. You guys keep it up. We love the support here at bparlay.com. Now, the quote. Everyone wants the quote. The quote has been the most questioned quote of all time on these videos. If you're new here, I give a quote every week. This has been the 1 week where everyone's, what's the quote? What's the quote? What's the quote? Now, it was that way last week, but more people are asking me for the quote this week. It means that much because the quote sets the tone for the entire show. The quote sets the tone for the show. It sets the tone for the picks, and it sets the tone for the week. And the week is when we win money. We win it on Thursday, we win it on Sunday, and then we win more on Monday. Last week, my quote was, an underdog is a hungry dog, and hungry dogs run faster. I should have taken my own advice. I bet pretty much all favorites, and I got my ass kicked. But an underdog is a hungry dog, and hungry dogs run faster. That quote's in the rearview mirror. It's back there. Don't look back because you get it between the peepers. We're not looking back at week 9. We're strictly on to week 10 and focused on winning money. We are an underdog this week. We are strictly an underdog this week, and we're here to show the favorites that we can still ball and bet with the best of them in the United States of America. 2 quotes this week. 2 quotes. The difference between a strong bettor and a weak one is that the former does not give up after defeat. I'm still here. We're still here. The sky's still up in the air. We still woke up. The sun came up. Sunset at night. The world is going to move forward. And we're going to bet and win money. We're going to win our money. We're going to win our losses back last week and then some. Hell, we might get a new vacation house in Florida. That's what I think. That's what I think, because the difference between a strong bettor and a weak one is that the former does not give up after defeat. Scared money don't make money. If you're too scared to fill out a bet slip this week, you know what? Stop watching right now. If last week scared you enough to not bet this week, stop watching. Get off. Because scared money don't make money. Standing quote, resting quote, never going to leave. bparlay. Here's my final quote here. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Yes, we had a little setback last week. We did. We got our asses kicked. 4-10. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. But you know what? The comeback is always stronger than the setback. And when we're hoisting our thousands and thousands of dollars this week, we're not even going to remember week 9. We're not even going to think about it. We just got to get back on track. We got to start off with a bang on Thursday night, and that's what we're going to do. Let's get into it. Luckily, the Thursday night football game is a bit of a cakewalk. Now, I know we can't say anything's a cakewalk after week 9. I know we can't. But if there's one game on this schedule that I love this week, it is the Thursday night game between Lamar Reliable Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens were one of the favorites that actually won last week. Thank God. They finally won a game. Well, they won a lot, but they won last week, and that was slim pickings. We didn't find many favorites that won. When only 5 of 12 favorites on a Sunday are winning games, that's a little scary. Okay? But you know what? This is when we bounce back. Week 10's when we bounce back. Week 10's when we win money. Week 10's when the favorites start winning. Ravens minus 7.5 versus Dolphins. Why do I love this game? The Ravens are reliable. They're very reliable. The Dolphins are not reliable. They've covered twice this year. They beat 2 teams. One was against the Patriots in week 1, when you know what? The Patriots weren't a good football team in week 1, but they're still here. They're still here, just like us. They're getting better every week. The Dolphins are not good. They're unreliable. Ravens minus 7.5. I love this bet. Great bet. Started off with a bang. You know what? If you want to play it scared, you want to go money line with the Ravens, go for it. But go Ravens minus 7.5. Lamar Jackson looks great. I love it. I think it's going to get us off to a great start during the week. Now we got Falcons versus Cowboys minus 9. Now I stood up here. I said, listen, hey, Dak Prescott is God's gift to throwing the football. If the Cowboys can cover with Copper Rush, I'm calling him Copper. Don't get triggered. It's Cooper, but I'm calling him Copper. If they can cover with Copper Rush, they're going to cover with Dak Prescott against a bad Broncos team. Well, you know what? The Broncos went to Jerry's World and whooped their ass. Okay? Cowboys didn't find the end zone until the 4th quarter. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable on Dak Prescott's part. But you know what? The thing about this week is we're going to find what teams are made of. We're going to find what teams are good. What teams have a little gut. What team have a little balls. Do the Cowboys bounce back this week? I'll sure bet on them to bounce back this week. You know why? They only have 1 loss against the spread this year. 1 loss last week. History repeats itself. Last week was not history. Last week was a little asterisk that says it never happens. Cowboys minus 9. Falcons, they played pretty well against the Saints last week. Granted, the Saints almost gave them the game. I think the Cowboys cover minus 9. I'm still very confident in this Dallas team. I like them at minus 9. Then we'll go Saints versus Titans. Last week I said I'm never betting on the Titans until they show me that they can win games without King Derrick Henry. Titans minus 2.5, though, against the Saints. Saints, Trevor Siemian, shout out to you, man. He looks very good. Saints defense is kind of concerning last week. Titans minus 2.5. I think this is a great bet. We look at this game. Titans beat up the Rams, and now they confuse Matt Stafford. That was one of the first times this year where I'm like, Matt Stafford does not look good at all. I love Titans minus 2.5 in this game. They seem to be clicking without Derrick Henry for 1 week. I mean, can they do it again? It seems like they can survive without him, so we'll see. Hopefully they get Henry back by the playoffs. I don't think that's possible, but Titans minus 2.5. Anytime you can pick a team at 2.5, love that bet, because you know what? A field goal means you winning money. Bills minus 13 versus the Jets. All right. The whole city of Buffalo should probably move to Canada. That's what I'm going to say. And if you lose this week, get out of America, Buffalo. Leave America. All right? Because that was embarrassing last week. Losing to the Jaguars. I know anyone can beat anyone in the NFL, right? But no. The Jacksonville Jaguars should not be able to play with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, you want to win a Super Bowl? You want to go out and win a Super Bowl? You can't beat the damn Jaguars? You kidding me? You kidding? My soul left my body after this football game. But you know what? I'm going to trust you again. I'm going to trust you. You're going to travel a little down south to New York City to face the New York Jets, one of the worst teams in football. The Jets are worse than the Jaguars. I will say that right now. The Jets are worse than the Jaguars. Their 2 wins were flukes this year. They don't really have a quarterback. Mike White's hurt. Who knows if he's going to play? You got Jacob Johnson, whatever the hell his name is. I just found out he existed last week. And then you got Joe Flacco, the Super Bowl champion. Oh, Joe Flacco. Okay. The Jets are in rough shape at the quarterback position. They're not a good football team to begin with. Bills minus 13. The fact that you can get this for minus 13 right now is a lock, okay? Josh Allen is going to bounce back this week. He's going to cover. Last week, throw it out. Doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter. We're here to win this week, Bills minus 13. Now, Buccaneers and Washington, both these teams are coming off bye week, so they did not ruin my week last week. All right. If I'm going to take a team off a bye week, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Washington football team. Tampa Bay is better than Washington, and this will show against the spread. Buccaneers minus 9.5. This line's probably going to go up to the 12, 13 points. So I would lock it in sooner than later. We know Tom Brady's going to be on the field. Washington doesn't really have a quarterback. Their defense is playing horrendous right now. Go with the Buccaneers at minus 9.5. Then we'll go. This is my first dog bet. And you know what? The Jaguars are the worst team in football, yes. But the Colts like to lose football games. If you didn't know that. The Colts find a way to lose. All right. Jaguars plus 10.5. This is a big spread. This is a big spread for a team like the Colts. The Colts have not been bad against the spread this year, but this is a big spread for a team like the Colts. Jaguars plus 10.5. If Trevor Lawrence is in the lineup, I know he has the ankle problem. If he's in the lineup, this is a lock. If he's not in the lineup, I will probably fade this, and I'll probably switch it to the Colts now. We're putting a new rule in place here on bparlay. I can fade picks. I can lean picks later in the week. I will announce those on the daily shows, okay? Because last week, with the Packers, when Aaron Rodgers was playing, I had them at -3, and then they jumped to +7 by the end of the week. Or it was +3, they're +7 by the end of the week. If it was +7, I would have hit that. So I can change picks now. I'm establishing that right now, and I will be changing some picks. But right now, I like the Jaguars plus 10.5. You know what? They showed up against one of the best teams in football. I got to reward them. I don't think the Colts are that good, so we'll see what happens here. Lions plus 9 versus Steelers. Lions have actually been pretty damn good against the spread this year. As surprising as that is, I believe they're 4-4 against the spread. Now, they've been blown out in a lot of football games. Don't get me wrong. Last week, they actually didn't lose because they had a bye week. They're coming off that huge loss against the Philadelphia Eagles 2 weeks ago. But the Steelers don't really know what it means to cover. If we saw on Monday Night Football, the Steelers said, hey, Bears, why don't you cover, and why don't you actually almost win the game? Why don't you almost win the game, Bears? Go into the lead. You go into the half with a 14-0 lead. Then you have a 10-point lead late in the game, and you fumble on a kickoff. You freaking kidding me? That my soul left my body there as well. It's just one of those weeks. What are you going to do? Lions plus 9. This is a huge spread. Hopefully it jumps up to 10 points. I like the Lions in this game. I think they cover off the bye week. They show up. Pittsburgh's not that good. Let's be real. Pittsburgh is not that good of a football team, and they sure as hell aren't blowing anyone off the field. Go with the Lions. Browns versus Patriots. I love the Patriots on the money line in this game. It's at home. Now, Cleveland looked really good against the Bengals, but the Patriots are rolling. Mac Jones mania is running wild. He's efficient. The offense is not super explosive by any means, but the defense is on an absolute tear. Bill Belichick loves. He's just stroking himself watching, highlight film he's stroking himself watching tape of him terrorizing young quarterbacks. Not that Baker's a young quarterback by any means, but the Patriots money line is the way to go in this football game. It's at home. The defense is rolling. The offense is playing well. It's a pick'em game on the spread. It's -1, -1, +1. Patriots are favored because they're at home. This is a game I think Vegas has no clue what to do with, because earlier in the season, I would say, yeah, Browns are going to be a heavy favorite, but then the Browns slide as soon as the Patriots pick up. Browns are back on the winning track. They blew Joey Burrow's Bengals off the field. Not that the Bengals are a great football team by any means. Yes, they got lucky against the Baltimore Ravens. They played very well against Baltimore, but that doesn't mean they're a great football team. I like the Patriots in this game. I do have a Patriots jersey on. I am a Patriots fan, but I will bet against the Patriots. Mark my words. I believe in them this week. Vikings Chargers over 52. If I had to pick a team in this game, it would be the Chargers, because they know how to win more than the Vikings. Minnesota is another team that's like, hey, we want to cover, but we don't really want to win. We want to cover, but we don't want to win. They've been plenty of opportunities to win games late this season. I love Sex God Justin Herbert. Sex God, he's back because he won last week. Sex God Justin Herbert is back. Chargers over 52 points in this game. The Vikings like to score. The Chargers like to score. Neither team's going to play great defense. Roll with the over in this game. If you want to pick a winner, go with the Chargers, but I do love the over. Then we'll go Panthers, Cardinals here. Sam seeing Ghost Darnold last week against New England Patriots threw 3 interceptions. That was embarrassing. And I wouldn't even say he was seeing ghosts. He was just literally throwing the ball to the other team. He was throwing the ball to the Patriots. He's not a good quarterback. He's going to be QB2 somewhere soon. I don't even think it'll be in Carolina. Sam Darnold is going to go. Cam Newton's going to come back. Maybe. Who knows? Somewhere. Cardinals -9.5, though. If the Panthers do what they did against the Patriots, the Cardinals will double that score. I believe the Patriots beat them by 20-something points. If the Cardinals get the ball or get 4 turnovers, they are going to score a ton of points. A ton. Kyler Murray is not Mac Jones. Mac Jones is great. He's efficient, blah, blah, blah. But Kyler Murray is explosive. Okay, Cardinals -9.5. I love this bet here. This could be lock of the century. The Panthers are done. Christian McCaffrey returned last week. He didn't even look like he lost a step because the offensive line didn't play great, because I don't think he's totally healthy, and because because you ready for this? Sam Darnold goes sucks. Eagles versus Broncos. Broncos -2.5. I'm going to reward the Broncos. I don't think the Eagles are that good. I'm going to reward the Broncos for going to play the Cowboys tough last week. They're back at home, -2.5. I kind of like this. I like this. I think they can win by a field goal. That's a kind of win last week against Dallas where it motivates you. Okay, we beat Dak Prescott. We traded away our best player in Von Miller, and we still go to Jerry's World and beat up the Dallas Cowboys. I bet they didn't think that was going to happen. Now, granted, the Cowboys did not play good, but the Broncos still won the game. Broncos -2.5. I love this bet. Eagles coming off a loss last week to the Chargers. Eagles are very inconsistent. That's how Philly operates. Seahawks +3.5 versus the Packers. Now, I was listening to the Pat McAfee show earlier today with Aaron Rodgers on it, and Aaron Rodgers said he will most likely not play on Sunday if that's coming from him right now. I don't think he's going to play. He won't return until Saturday to the team. And on top of that, he cannot test. He's like, I want to work my heart out a little bit before I play. Never know. Seahawks +3.5 in this game. Now, if Aaron Rodgers was to play, I believe the Seahawks would probably drop a little bit. I think the Packers would be a little more heavily favored, but Seahawks +3.5. I love this bet right now. The fact of the matter is you're getting Russell Wilson coming back. That's going to be epic for the Seattle Seahawks. The Packers do not look good behind Jordan Love. They can't really put the ball in the end zone. They struggled. Now, I think they're going to figure out a little more this week. They're going to probably look a little better. But again, Russell Wilson's been there. He's done that. Seahawks +3.5 to be within a field goal. I love this bet. Chiefs -2.5 versus the Raiders. The Raiders, that was embarrassing, man. They outgained the New York Giants by 160 yards. They outgained by 160 yards. They were 1 for 6, though, in the red zone with touchdowns. 1 for 6 scoring touchdowns in the red zone. That can't happen if you're the Las Vegas Raiders and Derek Carr. I get you lost Henry Ruggs because, the DUI, but still, you got to be a little better. You got to be a little better than that. Raiders have had a lot of adversity this year. The Chiefs, -2.5. I don't think the Chiefs are that good of a football team. You can barely beat the Green Bay Packers without Aaron Rodgers. You can only score 13 points. You can barely beat them without Aaron Rodgers. You kidding me? I'm going to go with the Chiefs at -2.5, though. I think they're a much better team than the Raiders. Eventually, the Kansas City is going to pop off. I don't know when it's going to be. I'm hoping it's this week. But the fact of the matter is Chiefs -2.5. I love this bet. Raiders could bounce back. But again, what they showed me against New York, I'm not touching them. I'm not touching them at all, especially against Kansas City Chiefs, who are explosive, who can take advantage of opportunities. They're just not playing up to their ability this year. Then finally, Rams -4 versus 49ers. Monday Night Football, big time, Levi Stadium. Rams -4. Lock of the century. Matt Stafford bounces back. He had a rough week against Tennessee Titans. Good teams bounce back, and we're going to see who the good teams are this week, because there's a lot of teams that need to bounce back. And there's a lot of teams playing not great football teams. We look at the 49ers. They were expected to be very good coming into the season. They're not that good. They're not good against the spread. They're not good overall. Rams are a better team. Sean McVay's got them cooking. Matthew Stafford mania is running wild. They're going to win this football game. Rams -4. Love the bet. You want a money line it, throw it in a parlay. That's the picks. Everyone. How are we going to do this week? Let me know. How are we going to do? Let me know in the comments, guys. That's become a betting community down there. I love it. Hammer the subscribe button. Hammer it hard. Smash it. Just like we're starting the week off hammering the Ravens at -7.5 this week. Very excited about that, guys. Football's back. We're going to win money on Thursday. We're going to win more on Sunday. We're going to clean up on Monday. That's how it works. Here's the quotes one more time. The difference between a strong bettor and a weak one is the former does not give up after a defeat. Motivational. It's got chills running through my body right now. And also, the comeback is always stronger than the setback. This week's going to be the comeback. Last week was the setback. Comeback's going to be epic when we're 14-0 right down here. That was the bparlay Week 10 NFL picks. Hope everyone has a great week. Remember to tune in every morning, guys, for our daily parlay videos. I throw you some picks. College basketball starting, so that's exciting. NFL, college football, no baseball, NBA, NHL. We're rolling here on the channel, guys. We're on the freaking moon. We're almost at 2.5 thousand subscribers. I haven't checked in a while, but I'm assuming we're there. 4-10 last week. Not good enough. We'll be 14-0 this week. That's the video. See you next week.